And with more entertainment news, it's time to welcome Tony B and Cotty. Hello, Tone.
Hi, Rick.
You've been looking at the songs that may not get on the radio.
Yeah, the people who actually choose the songs. You see, there's so much new product coming out every week from the record companies, but only a small percentage will ever be heard on the commercial stations.
So if I made a record, it might not get on the radio.
Rick, I've heard you sing, and apart from that handicap, the programmers out there, they have to make sure that they're dealing with hits. It's a really serious business, programming, and there isn't too much room for mistakes. Record numbers of releases are coming our way from the record companies via radio. Each week, Brisbane's B105 and 4MMM get 15 to 25 new albums and singles, and it's the music director and program director's jobs to listen to them all. Picking the right songs is a painstaking job.
Commercial radio, as opposed to any other form, is a business, and if we're playing the wrong songs, we're out of business.
So if we make a half a dozen wrong decisions in the space of, like a couple of weeks, it could really affect what our listeners think of this radio station.
Out of all the new releases, usually only 2 or 3 will make it into the commercial playlist. There's a lot of competition between the record companies to get their product exposed on the radio.
You will look for a song that is going to have good appeal for radio. It has a good hook, it hits the hook fairly early, and it sort of sits in your head.
Record reps and radio programmers must have a good ear for what the listeners will like.
It's a bit of a traditional image, I guess, that announcers go on air with a pile of their favourite tracks and away they go. But that's not reality at all. The music director schedules a day which they must stick to fairly rigidly.
Surveys show B105, the ratings leader, has a big female appeal. 4MMM is big with the blokes.
We're a male radio station, so we look for that male skew in records. Just a bit rockier, not quite as soft as B105's, less of a female edge.
The music meetings are held every Wednesday, after the record reps bring in the new releases the day before. At 4MMM, the music and program directors choose. At B105, the 2 directors bring in one of the jocks to help decide.
Better music variety. This is the new sound of B105, a brand new song to play for you right now. Taylor Dane on her way to Australia later in the year.
The public say is important to both stations. At MMM, the evening show Radio Free is driven by listeners' requests.
A Radio-free Brisbane song discovery.
Some more brand new music for you on your radio. This one comes to us from Adam Keenan from Organ Flower.
Yeah, it's from U2's new album called Super. This one's called Numb. Take that.
The record companies reach most listeners through the big commercial stations, but the ABC's Triple J is very important for exposure. It can afford to be more adventurous and break more alternate acts. And even though it might only have about 5% of the market, that 5% is usually very active in buying and trying new product. So listening to music, which is relaxation and recreation for the listeners, is a serious job for the hit men and women. But guess who has the ultimate power?
What the audience tells us determines a record's fate. A record company, at the end of the day, can pressure you uphill and down dale to play a song. But if the audience clearly hates it, there is no way B105 will play it.
Yeah, the public has the final say. And Rick, tomorrow night, we look at the situation inside the record stores, the competition for sales, and also how the charts work.